Hello everyone, I am going to counterfeit another logo. This one's a little bit more complicated than the last one. But of course we're back in Illustrator and I got this one a little bit differently. I'm pretty good at finding logos on websites. Of course I'd rather find a vector logo so I don't have to recreate it, but that doesn't happen all the time. So apparently what I did, Sunnyvale, might have to put some glasses on. I downloaded the Code of Conduct. Let's see, I think you can see that, PDF in a student handbook, PDF. Obviously Code of Conduct is bigger, so I am going to, well, let's see what happens here. Open that. Yes, I want page 1 of 41. Okay. And I'm gonna, on my keyboard, hit Command Y just to double check that it is indeed not a vector file. That's what I thought. Okay. So I'm just gonna copy this, copy, close, don't save, Command N for new document, vertical, sure, and Command V, paste, there it is again, and oh, typeface is terrible, but that's not our problem today. We're actually only going to deal with that sunburst in the S and the blue circle. I will turn rulers on with Command R. And I will hold down my command key, spacebar, gives me the magnifying glass temporarily. So I'm going to zoom in. Let's see, what did we learn in last video? School districts like Times New Roman. So I'm just going to click this here and type capital S, and then this is in the default font typeface, by the way, which is Myriad Pro. So I'm going to select that and type in Times, which will get me almost there. Actually, this will be fun. We'll see what is the difference between Times and Times New Roman. For one thing, Times has angles here and Times New Roman straight up and down. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot down one. Times New Roman regular. Now they're vertical. And I'm going to hold down the shift key while I zoom up, up, up. And I don't know if that's going to be thick enough. Yeah, okay, so we're going from regular to bold. Boom, there we go. Gonna use my arrow keys on my keyboard to scoot this into place. And it's a little shy up here, so I'm just going to go down into the character palette and click, click, click the up arrow. Okay, that looks about right. I'm going to hold down my shift key on the keyboard and scoot this over to the left. All it does is constrain it on a flat line here. And now I'm going to get my, thinking you might not be able to see this. I'm going to scoot this in, try an experiment here. Eyedropper tool. To eyedropper this blue color, and then that replaces this over here, and it also just replaced the black. And now I'm gonna scoot it back into place, and then up to type, create outlines, so it's no longer a typeface anymore. That is the path and the handles for this particular letter. Command Z, scoot that back into place. Next thing I'm going to do is drag out some guides. I'm going to try to hit the center of this circle and the center of this circle, and where those two guides cross should be the best place for me to draw a new circle. So I'm going to go get the ellipse tool, which is also a circle. I'm going to click right in the middle and hold down the Option key, which means I'm dragging from the center, which so far it's an oval. When I hold down the shift key, that constrains it to a circle. And I want to go right out to the middle of that blue line. A little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, good enough. So it filled it with blue, stroked it with nothing. So I'm going to go up to my color palette and flip that. So now it is stroked with blue, but since the circle is blue, I can't really tell how thick it is. So I'm going to pick momentarily a contrasting color red. Okay, that tells me the red is thinner than the blue. So I'm going to my stroke palette and I will click up. Three to four. I'll say 3. Okay, I'll leave it there. And then I need it to be that blue, but I did not save the blue from the previous step. So I will go and do that now. So all I did was select the S again, because that gives me the blue that I had up here in the color palette. And I will go down to create new swatch. Yes. And then over here, my swatches palette, up pops the blue. So now I just need to go back to the red circle, click on outline, click on that blue. Okay, next we're going to do the starburst in the background, and obviously we can't really see it, but that's okay. What I want to do is set my, okay, I'm going to be using a Bezier pen tool. No curves here, everything's a straight line, but if I start drawing it now, I don't have it set to a filler stroke, so I won't be able to see it. So again, I'm going to select, how about pink? I want to see a stroke of pink, and I want no fill, because if I start filling it, I can't, I'm probably going to run over myself and I won't be able to see it. So all we do is pick a point and start clicking. You go around. I go in a clockwise direction. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm left-handed. I don't know why. It's just the way I started doing it. Now here's where I can't really see where this is, but going to make an educated guess because I can come back later and change it. Out here, and then let's see, where would this intersect that? Maybe about there. See, I got off a little bit. That's okay. I can come back and change it later. I'm going to continue to go around my starburst here. Oop, that one's off. Okay, now I'm going to go get my white arrow, and I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit so you can see it better and I can see it better. And then, so I've got the vertical one pretty close, but it's that horizontal diagonal that's a little off. So I'm just going to scoot that one point, and then point by point, I'm just going to go around and fix them up a little bit. I think I got that one pretty good on. Yeah, sometimes it helps to drag it all the way out of the way and drop it, and then move it back in. So I'm going to scoot and down and right. Okay, okay. That's good. Scoot that one back out. Now I will tell you, if you're pretty accurate, zoomed this far out, or in, I guess, when you get this logo down to a more normal size, like 2 to 3 inches, or even what was on the front of that handbook, it will look just fine. And the important thing is it's going to be vector, which means it will maintain all of these outlines that I'm creating, and it won't get all this nonsense. This is what happens when you save things to JPEG. It gets all, yeah, a lot of JPEG artifacts around here. But vector files don't do that, which is one of the reasons I go to the trouble of creating them. Let's see, take that one out a tiny bit. That one looks like it could come up a hair. Ooh. That's where I started. Okay, I'm holding down the spacebar Command Option key to give me the anti-zoom, and then if I let the Option key it is zoom. That's a lot faster than going over to, I don't even know where it is. I haven't used that in years. The zoom, there it is right there. Yeah, don't use that. Okay, last thing we need to do here is make that yellow. So I will go to my eyedropper tool, click the yellow. Yeah, it already did it, but I'm going to go ahead and create myself a swatch for that. Sure. Which will pop it over into here, and those are my 2 logo colors. And now, of course, I gotta move that to the back. Command Shift bracket, I moved it to the back. Of course, the back is behind the logo, so what I'm gonna do is scoot that out of the way. And there it is, the after and the before. And I'm gonna hit Command Y on my keyboard so you can see, yes, this is the vector file. and this is the non-vector file, which means this can enlarge up to infinity, or in our case, it will stop at 6400%. Yep, there it is. He leaves the plus sign. And it's still sharp, and I will do Command Y to show you again everything's still sharp. Okay, zooming back out. Next thing is delete the template, save as. Where do we come from? Lee. No, doesn't really matter. I'll save it in Lee anyway. I'll just call it Starburst logo. What school is that? That is Sunnyvale. Starburst demo AI. And this, I'm using an old version, well, old, before Cloud, the last disk version, which was CS6. And I just leave all that stuff on defaults and say, okay, that's it. That's my logo. Probably could resize it to smaller, but it doesn't really matter, because whatever I do with it will determine what size it's going to go to, which is not determined right now. Anyway, let me flip back here. Thanks for joining me and observing another logo counterfeiting. I'll probably do more of this. I don't know why I do this, but I don't know. It's a little fun, entertaining challenge. So I hope you learned something. I will see you next time. Bye.